As you see, I kind of whisked the egg mixture into a little bit of the hot mixture so I could pimp it. And that took some work. So I have like a beautiful kind of custardy, and I'm still going to put some more in there. Mix that out. Where's my spoon? So I'm kind of making an actual bread pudding with the capirotada. So I really want it to be like, I'm kind of incorporating these techniques together, kind of bringing them together. It's like the scientific thing going on. So now that I pimp that, I've put some more hot stuff in there. Hot mixture. Like I said, I don't want to scramble the eggs. So you just put a little bit at a time while you're mixing it. This is something that should be done in the why didn't they do it for Christmas? And not in the springtime. But it's delicious. Once you get it done, oh, you're going to love it. I'm going to pour a little bit more of that in there. I mean, you can smell that beautiful, I might have to put some more sugar in there. And remember, you're going to have fruit, so that has natural sweeteners in there as well. Or you can put honey. You want that honey flavor in there? Put some honey in there. But what I put in some brown sugar because it's close to piloncillo. Piloncillo is like a type of brown sugar that it's made in Mexico. And Mexico, that's a proper way of saying Mexico, is Mexico. And piloncillo is pretty cool because it's like the brown sugar that you're used to, and it's packed into this and here, get this, it looks like a cone. So I'm thinking capirotada must have came from capirote. So, because Mama used to say, voy a hacer capirote. I said, ¿qué es eso, Ma? What's that, Mom? And she said, I'm going to make capirote. And I said, what is that? And she goes, it's capirotada. And I didn't know what it was. So. Okay, that, I'm going to try this quickly. And my eggs, I trust my eggs with my egg source. Oh my goodness, that's going to be absolutely delicious. If you want to put more eggs in it, go for it. But I think this is enough. And then I'm going to mix in, I'm also going to mix in the, what I have here is some nutmeg. So it's about 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. And, not 1/4, I'm sorry, 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg. And then I'm going to do like even a smaller, like a 1/16, probably a little pinch of the cloves because I don't want it to overpower the nutmeg. And then I'm going to put like a pinch of pepper in there. Yeah. Because usually you can use the peppercorns as you're making the syrup. Okay? And then you mix that up. And then I'm going to put some vanilla in it. That's a good, what, 1/4 teaspoon. I think I'm going to put a little bit more vanilla though. I like putting vanilla. My mommy would love that. Okay, so it needs a little bit more of the sweetener because, this is savory. So I'm keeping in mind that I'd say I think I used about 2.5 cups, right? Okay. Put that over here. Get that out of the way. I almost want to put a little bit more of that syrup in there. Yeah, I think I'm going to. Just with these. Oh, I love that. I love that, how it has that little bit of onion in there. Oh my goodness. So now I'm going to take, and you can butter it. Butter the inside of that, and but I have so much butter in here, I really don't want to use a lot of butter, so I'm going to use a little bit of coconut oil here, and pour that in there, just kind of, or now coconut, or and you can also put coconut flakes in this too, if you like. Right, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to wash my hands. So now I have my mixture here, right? And what I'm going to do now is slice up my apples. So I want to put that in the water immediately so it doesn't turn colors. And these are organic, you know. And I don't know if I would use plantains. Plantains are a little bit more meatier, whereas the bananas are a lot more softer. I may really consider putting in some zest in there. So I'm going to zest an orange. Oops. Just the top part. Give it a little bit more. Oh, that orangey, yum. So what does that look like? About a good, it looks like a good teaspoon. A nice sized teaspoon. So I'm going to put that in there. Wow. Wow. That's all I can say is, good Lord. This is good. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take this. Oh, that's delicious. I could actually drink that. It's like the ponche my mom, reminds me of the ponche my mom used to make. My mom used to make this ponche, and what it was milk, egg, raw egg, and some cinnamon, vanilla, because I wouldn't eat. So she'd make me a ponche before I go to school. Because I would not, I hated eating in the morning. And then sometimes she would put, to calm me down, because I'm a little bit hyper, she would put just a touch of moonshine that my grandmother, it's like this moonshine they made, I don't know, made out of corn or something, I don't know, just a touch of it for flavor. So delicious. The foam, I love the foamy part of it. It's delicious. Tell you. Just want to slice that up. Always use a guard. For crying out loud. Don't try to show off. I knew someone who tried to show it off with this guard, and he ended up in the hospital. Yeah. I was afraid of mandolins for a very, very long time, just because I saw that. And I saw him chopping it up, and he just talking and bragging, and before you know it, he was in ER. Beautiful. So now I have my bananas and so now I have my bananas, my pineapple, my nuts, cashews. I have cashews, pecans, and I have my raisins. Okay? So I'm going to now this here. And I'm going to layer. Layer my bread in there. Put one layer of bread in there, okay? Make sure you can see that. So I have one layer of bread. Hopefully you can see that. And layer that. And then, let's see, where do you go from here? You take some of your, I like that spoon. I'm going to use that same spoon. Out here. Alrighty. Okay, now you're going to take a spoon of this and you're just going to pour it over like so. Isn't that beautiful? It's going to soak up. That bread is going to soak up. Okay? I'm going to put my fruits first. And it depends. I'm going to, because it takes a little longer for my apples to cook. So I'm going to put some apples on there. And they're turning brown. So I'm going to put some apples in there. And then I'm going to put my bananas. Right? So I'm going to do a couple layers of this. So I want to make sure. And then I'm not going to use all the pineapple, but I'm going to put some pineapple in there. See how that is. And you can put the cheese on there first, but I'm going to put my fruit on there. I kind of want the fruit to go in with the bread. Like I said, I did a lot, so you know, you're not going to need that much, but you can freeze this and then reuse it for a later time, so you don't have to, and you can, you know, freeze it all so you don't have to waste it. Put a little piece of bread there. I have a little empty spot. Then I'll put some cheese on that. It's going to melt through. And then I'll put some raisins. Where's my towel? These would be called the clavos. And you can use other dry fruits if you'd like. And I'm going to use some this beautiful cashew. And I'm going to use some pecans. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and start my other layer. My other layer of foods. Okay. Okay, that's my other layer. There we go. Beautiful layers. Okay. And then I'm going to add some more of this beautiful liquid. Make sure you scoop from the bottom because that's where all your spices have dropped down. So it's actually very warm in here. I should have kept the oven on, but it's hot, so I'm going to preheat that oven at 350 degrees. Some more liquids. And what I want to do is I want to soak it because I want my capirotada to be moist. Right? So I've used pretty much half of that. So here I go again. I'm going to put my apples on there. Yep. And so when I get ready to bake this, I'm going to bake it covered, and then I'm going to uncover it for the last 10 minutes so that it can kind of crispy up on top. And this is a small version of my capirotada. I'm going to put my beautiful pineapple on that. Kind of mash it in there. Should be soft by now. And then wipe my hands again. So I'm basically layering this all. And I'll put my, let me see, did I put my cheese next, yeah. So it becomes like a little casserole. Once you bite into this, you're like, oh my God, in a whole different world. Put your raisins on there. And I'm hoping you can actually see this. So I'm doing my best to try to get you in the picture. And my cashews, love cashews. And then some of these beautiful pecans. Top them. I'm going to use a whole bunch of pecans. I just love pecans. See how that is? And we'll stick that. See that? And wipe the edges off.